Hi guys. So today is September 22nd, 2020. And that's not only significant from like a numerology standpoint, but also it's the first day of Libra season, right? Which is the Justice card in tarot, the balancing of the scales. It's also the first day of autumn equinox, which I wasn't even aware of until yesterday because my brother asked me, he's like, isn't today equinox? And I looked it up and it's today, the 22nd. And what's interesting, if you recall that last reading I did, the first card on the table was the yin yang, which is a balance of the shadow and light, the masculine and feminine energies. And also the number on that card was 22. So that's super significant for the downloads I've been getting the past several days. It's like what autumn equinox is when the alignment of the earth is directly equal to the sun. So the day, the time of day and time of night is exactly the same. I had to take notes for this reading because this was a massive, like, couple of days for me spiritually in terms of ascension and like my collective is growing, my intuitive capabilities are expanding. I had just huge downloads the past couple days. Like I couldn't even fathom doing a reading. It was really intense. But when I was reading about equinox today, it's a time for transcending limitations and compulsions of one's physical longings. Okay, so it's like a reset for the masculine and feminine energies, that perfect balance of yin and yang, the two and two, right? Like mirrored reflections. Okay. It's like a balance of that. And also with today being the first day in Libra season, that completely makes sense. It's about collectively, what that means is like coming out of dark night of the soul. And even 2 readings ago, I don't know if you guys watched that one. If you did, you'll recall me saying like, I keep getting this image of like winter ending and spring coming. What's interesting is me getting that image in my head repeatedly going into fall. But that's what it is. The collective is coming out of dark night of the soul rebalanced. Okay? Rebalanced with the shadow side and the light side. And equinox is the marking of that. What's even more interesting is when I showed up for work this morning, first time I noticed the address on this building that I work at is the number 2. Okay, I'm like, okay, that's our address. Wow. As I'm walking up, this is what I see. And right in front is like a work van, and it was some company, and it's like in their slogan or whatever, it said repairing energy. Okay, parked right next to that freaking van, not kidding you, was an Equinox vehicle. Okay, so insane. Like just that combination of signs all together at once, like as if this message couldn't be any more clear, right? So yeah, it's about a reset. It's about like things leveling out, okay, coming out of dark night of the soul collectively. It's also a time where spiritual capabilities will expand. So you may notice this in your life, or with people that you know who are intuitive. Their capabilities will be expanding at this time, because what's happening with equinox is these are not my words, okay? The divine blueprint of crystalline energies that was once dormant is being activated. A week ago, I had no idea what that meant. Okay, I know that I get messages from the divine. I know that I've experienced astral projection, telepathic communication, and other weird stuff. Okay, metaphysically speaking, all right? I now know, after my last ascension, what that phrase means. And so I feel like my collective is going to be kind of two groups now, and so I'm going to try to address both. It's one collective is going to be for people who are spiritually ascending rapidly, okay, and the other is for people who are just starting to get into working with energy and working on trying to improve things that they may be struggling with on their life path for guidance, okay, who don't really have a spiritual background. Now my collective is kind of in these two groups, and so how do you balance that? Okay, so I'm going to try. Not the energy supporting me right now with Libra and Equinox, okay? So for those who are a little bit more further ahead on their spiritual path, on their spiritual journey, the crystalline grid is a place where starseeds who are souls from another galaxy chose to come to Earth to spread, it's like a chosen mission, okay, to spread unconditional love and positivity in the world, particularly relating, well, depending on what galaxy, particularly relating to like unconditional love with, in terms of family home dynamics, okay? It's like repairing from the inside out. What's interesting is when I was going through this crazy ascension the last couple of days, I did a reading for myself, and the purported galaxy that my starseed soul has come from is Pleiades, okay, which is like the seven sisters, that cluster of stars you can see. It's a galaxy in the sky, and it completely resonated with me throughout my whole body, and I had my first Kundalini awakening. Okay, you're giddy, you're just filled with unconditional love for yourself, for the planet, for everything. It's like the highest high you could ever experience without any substances or extracurriculars, so to speak, okay? Never experienced that before. That was crazy. When I started reading more about Pleiadian starseeds and the light work that they chose to come here to do, in Japan, that galaxy is represented by the Subaru logo. I have been obsessed with Subarus ever since I can remember, for no reason. Everyone's always like, you're Italian, why do you always get Subarus? I'm like, I don't know, I'm on like my fourth one. When I was 15, I used to carve that logo over and over and over and over. Okay, so this is just an example of realizations that I've had in terms of like your spiritual path and awakening on your journey. Okay, the crystalline grid is when you're able to plug into that energy, that connection with ancestors and the Earth's history, okay, and use that to guide people to ascend, to collectively expand consciousness on Earth. It was a chosen mission, okay. Additionally, I've had my palms, this topic has come up with some of the people that I've been in contact with on social media in the last week about palm reading. I don't do palm reading. I have had my palm read once when I was a teenager, and they took one look at my hand and they looked at me like, they were just like, you're crazy. That may be true, you guys, because when I'm speaking about this stuff, it sounds crazy, but when you feel it throughout your whole body and it resonates with you and you get spiritual chills for 5 minutes straight when you uncover your life purpose and start having past life dreams, there's no words for that. It's complete euphoria. There's no words for that. Anyways, if you look here, these are all my past lives, okay? These are all my past lives. All right, look how many lines I have on my hand. So I never had my palm read after that because I was so like embarrassed when I was 16 in front of a group of friends, and the lady, she did all theirs and they were all pleasant and everything, and then she looked at me and she's just like, you're like, what are you? But what's interesting is as I've ascended more spiritually, the lines used to go all the way over here. Now it's blank. Now it's blank. These lines are gone. I used to have a bunch of lines here, and now they're all gone. But these are all my past lives, all right? when, you know, in that movie Avatar, when they connect their hair to like the tree of ancestors, and they're able to hear the spirits of the ancestors, that's like equivocal to the crystalline grid on Earth. All right. And so connecting to that during this time is going to be heightened for those who have clairvoyant skills, who are intuitive, who can communicate with the divine. Okay. For those who are kind of newer to this and just looking for general life guidance, okay, what this time means for you is what I spoke about, the rebalancing of the masculine and feminine energies, coming out of dark night of the soul, which was like an ego death, right? Like something happened in your life where you were able to see a lot of falsehoods in your life, okay? And you want to work on that. You want to work on releasing attachment and being more free, so to speak. Spirit, like your spirit being more free, so you're not living in these cycles that are holding you back, holding you down. It could even be, you know, internal thought processes. It's about like healing your fears, your self-limiting beliefs, your own limitations, or limitations that people impose on you. Okay. So spiritual alignment, that's usually represented by the Eight of Pentacles, like working towards being in alignment, mind, body, soul, your divine truth. Okay, that's represented by the Eight of Pentacles. So far we have the Justice card, the Sun, because this is about Equinox. The Eight of Swords in reverse, which is like releasing those self-limiting beliefs. The Eight of Pentacles, which is working on divine truth, mind, body, soul, or just working on freeing yourself from attachments in life. And also the Three of Wands is coming to mind, because since you've come a long way on your journey, this is like a reset, it's time to reevaluate how far you've come before proceeding on the next part of your journey. So you're like waiting for your ships to come in. That's the Three of Wands card. It's like a pause in the journey to reevaluate, reflect before proceeding. So the Three of Wands card is also coming to mind, okay? Yeah. Okay. What's also interesting, you guys, is I'm kind of like, I'm into like vocabulary, okay? Like, I'm a Gemini, so we're all about communication. I love words. So I get like a word of the day in my email. And today's word of the day, not even gonna lie, was neophilia, okay? It's the love of new things. So this is, again, about freeing yourself, releasing attachments, starting new, okay? Confirmed by word of the day. That's how I start my morning. I'm like, oh wow, okay, that directly ties into all the energy. It's about surrendering to trying to control the outcome of situations and letting go of that, okay? The message I was getting the last couple days before reading about the energy about the equinox today is like expecting the unexpected, being ready for anything. Those were like several repeating themes that are like messages that I was getting over the last couple of days. And when I was looking up into the equinox energy today, sure enough, like it totally ties into all of this. What I was reading did not specifically say that, but those messages that I was getting directly ties into this. Because what happens when you surrender control, right? And release expectation of outcomes, anything's possible. Anything's possible. And it's so freeing to release those attachments. I cannot even begin to explain to you the euphoric sensation that I felt. And it, like, you know the Grinch movie, when his heart like is really small and it starts expanding when he sees like the community all together, because they didn't have anything and they were still able to, you know, just be together and celebrate, and his heart just like expands. Like my heart used to be very closed off, okay? I've gotten better at opening it, and I thought it was open, and today it just like I felt like that scene, sorry, there's a little bug. I felt like that scene in the Grinch, and it was like complete euphoria, you guys. That's what it's like, okay? Also, one last thing I wanted to mention, this was another message I've been getting the last couple days. You're like, how do I get there, right? How do I get to that point? You already have everything that you need within you to have that. It's a mindset shift. It's a perspective shift, okay? But it takes practice, just like reps at the gym. You know, it's not like you can go one time, do a couple reps, and you're gonna see an outcome. It's a good start, but it takes, you know, repeating. And what is surrender? What is surrender? When you think that you can't do any more reps, do 2 more. And that's how you're gonna see results. That's surrendering to the process, okay? Because that requires strength, mental strength. So you already have everything you need within you, okay? Your imperfections are what make you, so love your imperfections. Love your imperfections, the good and bad. It's just like that yin yang. Both are required to have balance and harmony, okay? There's also been a lot of emotional stuff in the collective, and so I wanted to talk a little bit also about cycles of emotions and being in control of your emotions, because that came up in my last reading, okay? When you have these thought processes that keep you held in these cycles, in these attachments, either from yourself or from others, okay? You give a piece of your power away, all right? And what happens is you attach an emotional response to those thoughts. It could have been something that happened in the past, like, oh, when this person did this to me, and it triggers all those emotions over again. When you are able to detach your emotional response from your thought processes is how you can defeat those inner script cycles. Because it's when you attach the emotion to the thought, that's when it becomes real. That's what our body perceives as real. And it's not. It creates physical response, like your heart space hurting, tears, depression, neurochemical imbalance, all right? If you are able to view your thought processes without attaching that emotional response to it, that's being in control of your emotions. And I'm not saying have no feels. I'm saying, is the emotional response adequate for what is happening? Is it equal? It's like if you, let's say you had a horrible experience, something happened, you're trying to get out the door to work and you spill your coffee cup and then you just fall apart because the coffee cup falls, right? It's like the coffee cup falling wasn't what did it. It's when you attach the emotional response to it, like, oh my God, and now I dropped my coffee, and it's like, then you think about all the things happening, you're like, oh, this happened, and now this, and it's just like you fall apart. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back, right? It's because you allowed that emotional response to attach to that thought. All right. I hope that makes sense. Those were some of the downloads that I've been getting over the past several days. Also, you guys, I don't ever want to force anyone to watch my videos or anything. The reason that I do the intros is because these are the messages that I'm getting. The intro is the message, okay? The cards are here to confirm it and to get more detail. As long as I get the message right from the downloads that I've been receiving, I have no worry about what will come out with the cards. They will confirm what I say. But that's not the actual part of the message. There are some things that sometimes unexpectedly come out, and also there are more details that I can expand on during the card process, but my intro is really, that's the message, okay? I don't have to use these to get the messages. It helps confirm it and also get more detail. That's why I use these, okay? So just so you know, I'm a little bit different than some tarot readers, because they'll start doing cards right away and start telling the messages that come out. I don't do it that way. All right, I explain the messages I've been receiving and use the cards to confirm. So yeah, the deck that I'm going to use today is the Starseed Oracle, a 53 card deck and guidebook. Okay, it's by Rebecca Campbell, and this deck is so beautiful. I really love this deck. So right away we have Star Family. You're part of a team of souls. Call and support. This is about your soul family. All right. Doesn't have to be blood. Okay. So let's see what comes out. Star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. Yeah, that's so perfect with what I was talking about. We're being guided by our ancestors, you guys. Hidden secrets, lost wisdom. That's so perfect. And also, I'm also really drawn to this image here because I was talking about divine truth, mind, body, soul. That's oftentimes represented by a triangle. Okay. So yeah, that's amazing. Let's see what else comes out. Empathetic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. So if you're an empath, it can be difficult because you're picking up this goes along with, for the collective that's kind of a little bit further on their spiritual path, okay? It can be overwhelming from the messages that you're receiving, all right? So it's really helpful to have healthy boundaries, and it's kind of like what's real, what's not sometimes, when you're like, was that my thought, or was that like a download, or am I hearing someone else's thought? Over time, you'll get better, just like I was saying, like reps at the gym, but then I was also talking about mirroring, okay? So that's kind of perfect. Let's see. The 7 star sisters at the heart of the reading. At the heart of the reading. This is exactly what I was talking about. That galaxy, that cluster of stars, that's another galaxy that we can see in the sky. This is where Pleiadian starseeds come from. Birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. They're all about creativity, and so that the Ace of Wands tarot card is coming to mind right now. But they're all about unconditional love, happy home, happy family. And I didn't even know this, you guys, until yesterday, all right? But that's what all of my readings stem back to that. If you watch from the beginning, you will see all of my readings like that. It was confirmed when I found this out yesterday, okay? This is huge right now. Huge. Because this is what's going to heal the world. This is what's going to heal the world. All right? So if you, for those in my collective who have been wondering if you're a Pleiadian starseed, this confirms it. For those of you that are kind of just starting to deal with energy, I feel like you're expanding, like your soul is expanding, you're growing. And use creativity to help with that. Things that you're passionate about. That's what's gonna kind of get you through these heavy energy shifts and help to ground. Okay. There was 2 that came out: lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. Perfect. This is all about being in alignment, mind, body, soul, your divine truth. And this is a time of release, of freeing yourself from what's not serving you in your life anymore. Could this be any more clear? This message so far? It is my intro, okay? I'm not going to take this one, but star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. Actually, maybe I should take this one because you can't make this stuff up, you guys. This was in my intro as well. I'm not going to repeat it because I already explained it, but these cards are exactly what I was talking about in my intro, perfectly confirmed here. At the bottom, Earth School, You can't make this stuff up, you guys. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. That's what we come here to do. There are no L's, only lessons. That's what we're meant here to do. Love your imperfections. They serve a purpose in your life. It's so that we can grow, so that our soul can grow and expand. That's what we're here to do. Earth School. This is insane. I didn't even have to shuffle. Those three just showed up on the bottom. That's amazing. Okay, so let me use the Fountain Tarot. And it's for a very superficial reason. I feel like aesthetically these cards go well together. They're like kind of silvery on one side. Nine of Coins, that's about being in your highest self energy. Okay, that's what we're always striving for. Showing up as our highest self. And that's what coming out of Dark Night of the Soul is. Justice, you've got to be kidding me. First card out. Libra season, Equinox, balance. I never have to worry about the cards coming out if I get the message right. All right? And this is under Star Ancestors, Hidden Secrets, Lost Wisdom. It's about that balancing. This is about things becoming clear, coming out of Dark Night of the Soul, balancing masculine and feminine energies. Also first day of Libra season, right here. Empathetic Starseed. Nine of Swords. I was close. Eight of Swords in reverse is what I channeled. Okay, but this is Nine of Swords. This is about not being able to sleep at night, nightmares all up in your head, anxiety. Okay, it is about ruminating thoughts and limiting beliefs. A little bit different than the Eight of Swords, but you get what I'm saying. And this is empathetic starseed, absorbing what's not yours, learning to get out of your head, so it really is in reverse, right? Because we don't want that energy. That's what we're coming out of. Not letting what other people say affect you, because that's what happens when you're an empath. Particularly when you're dealing with narcissists. The narcissist empath dynamic is a brutal cycle. It's getting out of that. Either imposed from others or from yourself. See how she's looking in a mirror? Releasing that energy. Right? This is insane. The energy is so strong today, you guys. Normally I do the reading a little bit later at night, but it was so strong, like I had to like get it out so I could do other things I need to do. All right, so at the center, the 7 Star Sisters, birthing creation, 7 of Coins. This is about watering your plants, waiting for your investment to come back, right? This is like an investment. So it's like planting the seeds and kind of waiting to see them grow. I channeled the 8 of Pentacles. Again, close, but not the same, but similar. Okay, so this is about, it can also be about settling, right? Because 10 of Pentacles is ultimate stability and abundance, and it's not always to do with money, guys. If you're okay being in 7 of Pentacles energy, that's not your highest self energy. Because highest self energy on your own is 9 of Pentacles, which was the card at the bottom when I pulled the deck out. 10 of Pentacles is usually with your soul family, complete stability and abundance. If you're okay and you're settling for 7 of Pentacles energy, you'll never reach that, your highest self energy, or 10 of Pentacles with your soul family. Alternatively, if you're doing the work to get to that highest self energy, 9 of Pentacles, and then with your soul family, 10 of Pentacles, this is also about doing the work to get there. Okay, and this is under the 7 Star Sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life expression. All right, this is about doing the work to get there, for that complete stability and abundance. And if you are a Pleiadian starseed, this is your mission. to help people reach their full potential, their highest self energy, for ascension collectively, collective ascension, to heal Earth. All right, so that's what this is, helping people get from their 7 of Pentacles energy to that 9 of Pentacles energy for themselves, and then 10 of Pentacles with their soul family. It'll raise the vibration of the Earth, collectively. All right, lifting the veil, questioning everything unaligned must go. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is about a fresh start in love. Okay, it's someone telling you their emotions. All right, it's someone expressing their coming with their cup to you, and cups represent emotions, all the feels. So it's usually like someone's on their way to tell you something about their feelings. All right. I see this as 2 ways because it's lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. If you're realizing that there are people in your life that are no longer serving you, that's gonna, you may be having that conversation with them. Alternatively, if you've been hanging on to things that are not serving you and not chasing what you know to be on, part of your life path, your destined life path, not fated. There's a difference. I did a reading on it if you're interested a couple weeks ago, I think. But you may be working on releasing what's not in alignment with your life anymore to pursue that destined path. That's the message I'm getting. This was an unexpected card. Questioning everything. Lifting the veil. This is also about awakening, lifting the veil, seeing things as they are, being in tune with your emotions. This also ties into my intro from when I was talking about observing your thoughts. Look at this picture. Observing your thoughts and not attaching the emotional response to them that triggers those cycles. Right? View your thoughts without attaching an emotional response so that you can stay in control. That's truth. Because it's when you attach the emotional response, look at this person looking at these like behind the veil, right? It's like observing your thoughts without attaching the emotional response. So there's a couple messages here. The Hierophant is about belief systems, okay? And it is getting out of those previous belief systems that are not in alignment with your life purpose anymore, with your destined life path. Star bathing. The Hanged Man. This is about a perspective shift. I did mention that in my intro too. See how he's hanging upside down and the light is coming from his head? This is looking at things from a different point of view. Star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. New perspective. New perspective. Wow. And awakening, right? The light's coming from his head once he shifts his perspective. Wow, you guys. This is insane. And the Empress. So Earth School. The Empress is interesting. It's a card that usually represents like a mother figure in someone's life or someone's pregnant. Okay, I'm not saying any of you feminines out there are, but she's also very curious about everything. Sorry, she's also very curious about everything on the planet. She has like a genuine curiosity and love for, she's like Mother Earth, okay? Like Mother Earth. So this is the overall energy, is Earth School. We're here to learn lessons, not take the L's by attaching our emotions to our thoughts and getting out, shifting our perspective and getting out of those self-limiting beliefs, right? Releasing those attachments. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Being curious about everything. Being curious about everything. And a mother, unconditional love. Craziness. Craziness. All right. I'm going to do a couple more. Just cause, why not? let's do some affirmators, because I feel like that's good when you're coming out of Dark Night of the Soul. This is pretty equivocal to Dark Night of the Soul, by the way. I mean, look at this card. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do one more clarification on the tarot. I don't know why. It's not something I normally do, but that's the message I'm getting right now. And this is Nicoletta Ciccoli Tarot Mini. All right. Again, the Hierophant comes out. So it has to do with your commitments, your belief systems. Releasing what's not serving you anymore. Okay? That's under justice. That's what is being rebalanced. That's what's being rebalanced. What are you currently committed to and why? Is it in alignment with your life path, your life purpose? Does it need to be shifted? You may also be dealing with a Taurus or a Libra. I mean, the Justice card did come out. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. So, do you see how this person is like letting the beast out of her dress? This is a king card, okay? But this is that like go time energy. Once this like rest and rejuvenation period we're done with. Okay, also King of Pentacles, this has to do with stability and abundance. That's coming up several times. Absorbing what's not yours. This is about releasing, right? This is about releasing. And right under Nine of Swords, I put it in reverse because that's the energy from it right now. Releasing that, guys. To be in your highest self energy. King of Pentacles right here. The Moon is about fear. You may also be dealing with Pisces. So it's releasing the fear of settling, okay? Actually, I said that wrong. It's releasing the fear of your abundance not being returned to you and settling. Wait, did I still say that wrong? Basically what it's saying is don't be scared of not settling. Okay, that's what it's saying. That's what I mean to say. The Moon card is interesting because it's also about things being illuminated, right? And the full moon on October 1st in Libra season is going to amplify the energy that was very heavy starting the last couple days. It's going to keep amplifying, okay? But yeah, it's also about transitions because humans go through transitions just like the moon phases do, right? What's holding you back from getting that in your Nine of Pentacles energy, your highest self energy? What's holding you back? Your fear of something. It's time to release that fear so that you can get to that Nine of Pentacles, your highest self energy, and then Ten of Pentacles with your soul family, which is like complete stability, abundance. But it does require releasing, and the what's happening astrologically right now is completely pushing for this and supporting you to pursue what's more in alignment with your divine truth, mind, body, soul. Two of Cups, yeah, this has to do with love. Two of Cups is elite soulmate connection, pure love, okay? Pure love. Looking past, lifting the veil, right? Truth. Being in tune with your emotions. Communicating your emotions to people. That's what brings connection. That's what brings connection. Okay? And then Star Bathing, Hanged Man, Nine of Swords again. Nine of Swords again. So it's that perspective shift, that perspective shift to get out of that Nine of Swords energy. That's twice on the table now, guys. That's a big message right there. Perspective shift. Okay? And then Two of Wands is about, look at that mirrored image again, just from the decks that I chose to use. Where was it? Right? Look how similar those images are. And I was talking about mirroring in my intro with the number 22. Two of Wands is about two paths. Two paths. You have the world in your hands. Okay? Which path are you going to take? It is a time of reevaluation. It's not quite the Three of Wands that I was channeling, but it's about choosing, reflecting and choosing a direction. Reflecting and choosing a direction based on the lessons that you've learned in terms of unconditional love and being curious about all things on earth. All things. And taking the lesson, not the L. Unconditional love for self. Choosing a path based on the lessons that you've learned. Okay? Alright, so now I'll do some affirmators. Confidence without ego. Exactly. Just cutting the deck right now. I am open to receive the messages the universe is sending me. Yeah. Big time. There's like collective consciousness expansion. Right now, you guys, I can feel it. I can feel it. And yeah, this is incredible. I mean, this is like lifting the veil, right? Because once you're able to release your ego and be vulnerable, that's also what this is. Once you're able to stop being in those thought patterns, either self-imposed or from other people, and see beyond that and not attach your emotions to your thought patterns and be able to disconnect that so that you can feel your emotions properly for connection, that's ego death. That's ego death. Okay? This is ego death. Shifting your perspective for illumination. That's when you'll be able to fully receive the messages that the universe is sending you, and they are, you guys. They are. You just have to be open to see them. And confidence without ego. Very key word right there. I am my own healer. Exactly. And this, by the way, you guys, I put this on the Eight of Diamonds for a reason, because this is the Eight of Swords. In regular cards, the Eight of Diamonds is the Eight of Swords, and it's getting out of that mindset. I put this message on this card for a reason, and it's the Eight of Swords. I am my own healer. You have all the tools that you need to get yourself out of that self-imposed mental prison. Could this be any more perfect for my intro and the message? If I stumble, I will get back up to try again. Exactly. Earth School. Earth School. Lessons. No else. Only lessons. All right? I'm going to stop there, you guys, because that was a lot. But I hope that it helped you guys in some way. And yeah, it was... Just keep working on releasing those attachments and viewing your thoughts without attaching an emotional response to it. I think that's the biggest way that you'll make progress at this time in the most simplest way I could put it. Okay? But yeah, you're being divinely supported, and there's a push for this right now, which is probably what you're feeling. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys the next time when I do a reading. I never know what's going to happen, so I can't ever say I'm going to do it on this day. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.